Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending here at YouTube. This is man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, comes to you live YouTube. Well, folks, this is the second week of 2024. I mean, it seems like it won't be long for it be 2025. Sometimes time just flies. It's crazy. So anyway, I'm doing this as it's not much to talk about in the mind of the world. It's kind of quiet right now. Nothing's going to start up till I think you have the first official show for the season is not till March, and that is the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, and also at the amateur show. So right now I'm just gonna find stuff to fill in between this quiet spot, stuff to talk about. We might even go back on some old stuff we talked about before because, like I said again, it is kind of quiet for these next month or so. So anyway, um, my discussion here is about the amateurs who just turned pro last year, and this is ladies who have interviewed who got their pro cards last year. I want to shout them out, and I hope to wish the best of luck. And if we don't debut this year, may debut next year. Now, one person I'm going to speak out. And I know you guys. This is someone y'all guys like. You follow her on social media. She officially got her pro card last year, and not through other ways. We have here my man KL DeWandre just popped in.
Hey, what's happening, y'all?
Hey, what's happening?
All right.
Yeah, all right, I'm all right. All right. So right. So anyway, we were starting, we're gonna talk about some pros that might compete this year and some pros that may not compete this year. Some amateurs who are now IFB pros. They get the pro card. Some ladies who I've interviews like Mikael interviewed a couple ladies that got their pro cards this year.
Yeah.
Um, um, and we want to see y'all thoughts and how well they would do when they make their pro debut. Now, the first person I'm gonna pull up is a lady that we both follow, and
Okay.
she got her pro card a while ago, but not through just for competition. She had to petition to get a pro card, and that is Amy Jimenez. Wait a minute, let me pull up. And Amy, she competes overseas. She lives out of I think it's Dubai, but I forget she's originally from. And she did a show which was like right before Christmas. I think a little bit right Christmas, right by Thanksgiving, and it was in
hmm
Italy. And she won in her class and also the overall. But they say because one of the competitors, she didn't get a pro card. And go pull it here. And this is, you recognize Amy and Amy, great physique. This is where she was competing at the
Oh,
show.
Amy.
Yeah. And
What's her
she
last name?
it's Mendez, but her
Mendez.
name is
Okay.
different. Yeah, her last name is Mendez, but her whole name is totally different. So it's
All
she
right.
she she she's named Amy because it's easy to pronounce compared to saying her natural born name.
Mhm.
Now, she's been competing for quite some time. I followed her for a good bit. She has a great physique, a great look, good muscle development,
Mhm.
also very attractive. Like I said, she lives in Dubai and she
Right.
puts out a lot of content. If you follow Amy, this is one video she put out where it's like, I think it's a workout video. Very impressive.
Why these bodybuilders move to Dubai? Is it what like the environment's good, better, like for bodybuilding or something like that?
I don't know per se. I think there's a lot of money over there in Dubai because it's a very wealthy country.
Okay.
And certain people, like I know Helen Fino, she moved there a while back because her coach and trainer was Nasir. He was over there, and
Yeah.
quite a few. Because I think also, like I said, there's a good amount of money that some of these ladies can make over there because there's a bodybuilding is a very popular fetish, and she
Right.
does pretty well. I mean, she has her own OnlyFans. She also has other content, and she also, I think, she gets some sponsorship here and there. But I think, like I said, she's very impressive. She has great look. At this was a show where she was competing in, which was in Italy, and this is another competitor. I don't know this lady. I think it was her and another lady I interviewed a while back. Issa competed that show. They're supposed to have got two pro cards in the women's bodybuilding division, but neither one of them said they got pro cards because of the fact what they say it was no competitors.
Right.
But what Amy did, she petitioned. She went to the IFBB Pro League and petitioned to get her pro card. and it was no longer maybe a couple of weeks or so after the show, she officially became IFBB Pro. Now
How
she
she
won.
petition? Like what
Well,
she said?
well, all she could do is
She
just make a request because she felt like she deserved to get a pro card. She just go to
okay.
the heads. You probably even have a lawyer do it for you, and just request to see if they could get their pro card. Some women have
Okay.
done it before when they had competed show, and then for some reason they were denied. Their pro card
Damn,
at the
she
show.
look
Then they
nice.
petitioned and they have won. Their petition, but sometimes they have lost. And
I see why these dudes get. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to keep jumping in. It's the
no,
picture you showing me.
yeah. And this is her with Issa. Issa and her, I think they were in the overall here at the show, and
Yeah,
they're supposed to have gotten two pro cards. I don't know if Issa petitioned for her pro card either, because I remember that's the same show that Clara, Croter did in Women's Physique, but she get a pro card in it. And I don't know if she could try to petition or not, but I think with Amy, she has some backings because she's a popular competitor. She has a great physique, great look to her.
yeah,
And like I said, she got a lot of sponsorship. You know, and like I
yeah,
said, she has amazing physique. It's good. She.
yeah.
And just a big question is, what show will she make her debut?
I don't know, but
And
she making my mouth is making me watery right now. Them pictures,
calm, calm
the
down,
pictures.
calm down,
I
calm
see
down.
that with the two pictures. Like show it again with the she was with the other chick or something. When they had the medals.
Let me
Show
see.
that
Go back.
again. Yeah,
Say that
go
again.
back a little bit.
Go back again.
Yeah,
Let's
scroll it up.
see.
Let
There's
me
right
see.
here, and that
Yeah,
should
I think it
be.
was.
It was.
No, it wasn't that one, but I think it was the other. Okay, yeah, that one. I like that picture. That's
I
hot.
know you would.
Yeah,
Should have guessed it.
yeah. I see why dudes be going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah. I don't know the other lady's name is.
Yeah,
If I think I can go back and maybe check to see the list and see who she
yeah.
is. I think
But
she
go back
also has.
what you were saying. Go back what you. I was making you lose track.
Yeah, okay. But like I said, she has a great look to her. The big question is what show she's going to make her debut in. If she's going to debut next year, because some she might not debut next year. She might decide to take the time to sit, maybe grow a little bit, or like I said, there's quite a few shows overseas as the remaining. Well, the remaining Muscle Fest is going to be for next year's Olympia for
Okay.
2025 because the last remaining Muscle Fest was for um is for this year's Olympia. There's also the show in Portugal. There's the show in Spain, and they just created a new show in the UK, which is done by Two Bros. And Two Bros
Okay.
were a part of the Arnold lineup. They had the Arnold, they had the UK Arnold Classic, but they dropped it last year. And the good chances that she might try to do that show because what, it's a lot closer to do shows overseas unless she can come over to the states.
Mm.
Mhm. And we wish her best of luck. I think she has a great look to her, and she might do pretty good. Now, one lady that we, like I said, me and KL has both interviewed, and I think I don't know, she might have uh, officially thrown her hat in yet, and that is Hannah Hussein.
Oh boy.
And Hannah,
Oh,
she's been competing for a good while, and the question is, will she make her pro debut? And I think she might. I don't know. I know I posted. She saw the on my IG. She saw where I posted, and she liked it. Uh,
yeah.
I'm not sure she was.
But the recent post, this recent one, but you saying who's gonna have their pro debut?
Yeah, I posted the link and stuff
Oh,
into my IG,
no.
and you know she saw it. She liked it because I tagged her, and
Oh, okay.
Hannah, like I said, she's young. She's been
Yeah.
competing for a good while as an amateur, and she one plan she was going to compete at um the Miss International, but
Hmm.
she decided to drop out of that show, and she decided to get a pro card at the North Americans. And when she was at North Americans, there was a little controversy. Her and another lady, they won in their each of their in their classes, but they didn't give them um their pro card. So they had a little
Right.
discussion, and then later they got their pro card after the show. Like they came
Right.
back later on. It was her and Shelly. Okay, Shelly Bargain. They both were two ladies who were posted at they won in their. You see, like this. It's supposed to be like this. When you win in your class, you're supposed to get your pro card.
Right.
You know,
Why they went
we
through all that?
yeah
Well, it don't make no
yeah
sense.
yeah,
They
and then
they 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 denied it, but then they give it to them.
that was a lot of because I think did you interview Hannah after that or was it before she
It was before. It was before because she was supposed to do she had an upcoming show, but then she didn't want to do it because she was going to be like the only one competing, and then this other chick end up competing that getting it. Like
yeah
I forgot who her name,
that
but it
was
was gonna
Taylor
be like two competitors for bodybuilding.
yeah that was
That's what
Taylor and
that's
Rocky
right.
and it was just going to be at one point it was just going to be Taylor and Hannah, but Hannah
Right.
decided to drop out, and Taylor
Yeah.
she competed and she got her pro card. Taylor already made her pro debut. She competed at Tampa, and also she
Yeah.
competed at the Rising Phoenix because she was the Miss
Yeah.
International champion. That gave her the automatic bye to complete the Rising season. That was the first time in almost 2 years has anybody who won the Miss International, competed at the Rising Phoenix. And
Hmm.
like I said, Hannah I think she's turned 33 a while
Yeah.
back, and
She's
she's been
doing a
competing.
lot of modeling.
Yeah, well, that's the way some of these ladies. You remember, she makes a good amount of money from her OnlyFans,
Yeah.
and this is a video from when she was at the North Americas. She looked pretty good.
Yeah. I've been wanna talk to her again, but she whatever. So
hmm So the question is, will she compete? And that's a big up in the air because I can think she might need to work on a few things. Condition is most important thing that you work on. You know, would she be in bodybuilding or in physique? Because you compare some women in physique, she's some women in physique are still a bit bigger than some women in bodybuilding now.
yeah.
And she has, like I
She
said,
look
she's a great
she look
physique.
like a physique. Yeah, she look like she could do physique.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, but like I said, I think she's really thinking about doing bodybuilding, more
Uh,
opportunities. But like I said, so few shows. She lives in Texas, so
yeah.
one thing is there's no bodybuilding shows in Texas. I wish there was because I know there's a lot of ladies who live in Texas that probably love to compete close to home.
Why
So
they don't
she
have no bodybuilding shows in Texas? For
because no
curiosity.
promoters,
Oh
promoters.
yeah, all right, right, yeah,
Remember, promoters, they're the ones who promote the shows, and they're the ones
right,
who are not putting in for these shows. You
right,
got you have the Texas Pro, but it has physique, but no women's bodybuilding.
right.
And there was one point I remember last year, no year before last, before 2023 started, there was going to be talk of a show coming to Texas, and also who lady that also did interview a while back, the lovely Miss Gina Cortez. She also earned her pro card at the show. There's Gina right there, standing with
Okay,
um, Hannah and Shelly. I think this was in the middleweight open for women's bodybuilding. Gina won her pro card in women for 60, and she's an impressive lady. Much respect to her. And I hope she doesn't eventually make her pro debut. You know, and so was Shelly. But like I said, Hannah, like I said, being young and popular she is, I think, she might say, she want to wait too much longer, you
right,
know, and maybe she might jump in for this year or she might jump in for next year.
right.
Hmm.
She
What you
seemed
think?
like, yeah. I mean, she has a lot of potential. I could see her like, doing a little like stuff outside bodybuilding. Like she'd be like in a TV. I don't know, say TV show because I don't know her personality. I mean, her personality is kind of quiet and shy, but I don't know. She do. I mean, she has this look like,
She looks a lot younger than she actually is.
yeah, like, she has like this the girl next door look, if I could say that, you know.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
really like something like Brooke Walker. That's a good example because she has that
right.
girl next door look, everyday girl look, And I think
She
it
remind,
probably
I
works
was
for her.
about to say, yeah, I was gonna say something real quick. Like it just capped them on. It's like she could be she's like that girl like the National Lampoon, like Chevy Chase. He used to see her and stuff like that. He'd go crazy and stuff like that.
Oh, that's Christy Brinkley.
Yeah, she has that kind of that look to it. Like
Yeah, because Christy was in the first National Lampoon, but then
yeah,
she came back in that one when we went to Vegas. And it was driving. She was driving in the Corvette, and she had the baby in the back.
right.
But yeah, I think Hannah has that great look to her. She has good potential. Maybe
She
time.
has an alter ego, but I ain't gonna go deep into it.
Well, we can skip that. Now, one lady who I think might eventually, you probably make her pro debut is Shannon. You know, Shannon
Yeah,
Seeley, and
shit.
Shannon, she's been competing for a long time in the NPC. You know, she got a pro card in Wins Physique. It's just 10 years of not giving up. 17 qualifiers, 17 national shows in 10 years. And she competed last year at the North Americans, and she didn't get a pro card there. One point I was saying maybe she should have did women's bodybuilding. She probably got it a lot faster because physique is so crowded, so stacked.
Yeah.
But she stuck with physique, and she finally got a pro card. And she has a
Okay.
great look to her, very, you
Yes, she
know,
do.
hmm yeah. And she's on social media quite a bit. She also
Yeah.
does some live stream podcasting, you
Yeah.
know, and I think she has a lot of potential in the future. Maybe I don't know. It's physique, maybe, but I think she might need to really consider. You know,
Doing bodybuilder.
yeah, because like I said, where physique is going, a lot of the girls are getting bigger, and I don't know. Maybe the judges might say, but she still has good amount of muscle, good amount of femininity. She's a
But
mom, she's married. You
yeah,
know,
but even if she like, let's say she do bodybuilding, like how far you think she'll do, like especially like going to the Olympia and then competing against Andrea Shaw and Angela Yao and
well, it's all depending who's going to be competing next year. If
yeah,
she sticks with physique, there's a good chance she might go to Olympia. But if she get into bodybuilding, it's all depending who's going to come back. Like people like I can put out most definitely someone like Teresa Vasic,
mm,
Nikki Chartrand, Jessica Martin, who looked pretty good. They didn't do too well in their shows, but looked like they could have been. If all they need was another show, they probably would have qualified for the Olympia. You know,
yeah,
but I think if she hits the right show, maybe something like the Omaha or maybe St. Louis or you know, Omaha St. Louis probably the best for her, or
yeah,
one of the other shows that could probably can get her into the Olympia a lot easier. You know, but she has the way to go. Like I said, she's a
right.
great physique, great looker. I know I got a friend of mine. He's a big fan of Shannon. As a man,
Yeah.
Carmel Baker 99. Shout out to Carmel Baker. He mentioned it before, and I always shout
You
him out
see
when I.
that chick
Hmm?
right there, that the one Muscle Mama, 11, 13.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was just.
Hmm?
No, I was about to say, I know you want to keep it professional, but I was saying, she got
Well,
OnlyFans.
yeah. So I know.
No,
I
I'm
think that
just saying, I'm just saying,
also she's on.
I was
Also she's on
subscribing.
her bi. Also she's on her biceps too.
Yeah, I was subscribing to her at one point, but then, I just kind of like, nah, unsubscribed to her. I was trying to reach out to her a lot. I did, but, it's like, so
Yeah.
that's all I
Well,
wanted to say.
like I said, a lot of these ladies, it's you have to be open perceptive for any interview. Sometimes they're very private, but
Yeah,
you know, it's just about timing sometimes. I just reached out a couple ladies. I might get some interviews come and dive the pipe, and I just finished some just over the weekend. But I
Yeah.
think Shannon could be. She might, being like she been so long competing in NPC. Some women want to hit the ground running. You know, but it's up to her. It's about timing. Now, one person that, like I said, we interviewed before, that is Brittany Parrish, and
Okay.
Brittany, she's been going through some stuff, and there's a good chance we may not see her compete this year,
Yeah.
maybe next year. And I think she's has some medical issues come up, and and
Oh,
she
okay.
looks in good shape,
Right.
and she could be for a good bit, But I
Yeah.
I want to wish her best of luck. I think Brittany's a wonderful person. We've been
Not to
talking a
go
bit.
off topic, but I noticed a lot of bodybuilders, the women bodybuilders. I'm not focused on the men too much, but the women bodybuilders that medical issues a lot. Seems like.
Well, it's about with any other competitor, but yeah, truthfully, with women a little more because the fact is you're changing aspects of what is of a woman's body chemistry.
Yeah.
Women have, like I said, women can menstruate, men we cannot.
Right.
Women have a certain level that they don't have. Women do have testosterone, but it's a very, very, very small level compared to men.
Yeah.
And then when you increase that testosterone level, it can affect you. You know,
Oh,
in some
yeah.
cases, it might not affect some as much as others, but it's all about what you're taking, how you're following your guidelines. Like the situation happened with Paige Sombrin. Paige, she's going through some stuff, and she's
Yeah.
competing in figure, which is not as big, but
Right.
still you have to take a certain level of muscle, muscle enhancers and developments to get the kind of muscle you want to compete in
Yeah.
bodybuilding.
Right.
And Brittany, she reached out. She had a GoFundMe, and you can go if you want. Just go to her IG. You want to donate something. The GoFundMe should
Right.
be in her bio. She had surgery a while back, and she's in good spirits. She wants to compete. She wants to come back,
Yeah, I
and
wish her good luck, man. If anything, I'll try to help her out. I don't have a problem with that. She's nice.
yeah,
She's nice to
yeah,
me. So,
yeah. She's nice to me too. But I think she's a lovely lady. I think can't wait till she makes her debut, maybe in a year or two. Great
yeah.
physique, great look. She was also at North Americans with Hannah and the other ladies who we mentioned on here that we done reviews with before. And I think she has a good future in bodybuilding. She has a great look
Right.
to her, very attractive, very aesthetically pleasing. I think she can, I could put it in like in the range of somebody like maybe Christina Mendoza or who did I think of? Or like Teresa and Vasic, very very
Yeah.
attractive women. Mila Ash, that's one of my favorites. I think she'd do well. Just wait until once everything her medical situation gets taken care of. It won't be long before we see her on stage. But like I said,
Right.
she's been drilling it for a good while, and now she officially is the IFBB pro. Like I said, now she's got sidelined a bit, and maybe once everything gets clear and better for her, we see her back in action.
All right.
Yeah, another lady who I did an interview back, and she is right now. She's going through some stuff. There's Ursula Morrow.
All
Ursula
right.
has some surgery. She's out. Now she earned her pro card this past summer at the USA's, and
That's your phone ringing?
huh?
That's your phone ringing?
That's yes, that's my brother's cell phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Ursula, here she is. She was at USA's where she earned her pro card. Yeah, she was only two in the overall, and she won the overall also.
Yeah.
And you remember this is where at the USA's, that's where Candy Canary made her return. And here's Ursula right here,
Yeah.
and and she won in the women's heavyweight division, and she won the overall with another lady who also turned pro at that show. Because all you gotta do is you win your class, then you just compete the overall, and you just get your pro card. But she looks impressive. But
Mhm.
right now she's going through some medical issues, and she's
Okay.
hoping maybe in a couple of years or so she'll finally get the chance to compete as a pro.
Yeah.
And I know she's real proud of herself. This is her. I think this is the interview she gave afterwards.
Vegas, Nevada, at the world's largest amateur bodybuilding show here with your overall bodybuilding champion, Ursula Moreau. Congratulations, first and foremost. How are you feeling? Tell us about this process leading up to this victory tonight, who we have with you, and what's up next for you as well.
I am overwhelmed right now and a little bit still in awe. The process was 4 years of really hard work with my life partner, my fiance, Darrell Kelly. We have worked so hard. This came from me being very ill and not being able to walk about 5 years ago to pushing myself. And I just turned 50 on July 2nd. I'm a grandmother, I have 3 children, and all I wanted was my pro card for my 50th. So this means everything to us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm going to go ahead and congratulate you once again. Also, congratulations, happy birthday. Obviously, you got, you're a role.
But congratulations to her. Like I said, she just turned 50. And like I said, she's
I can't.
going through. She had issues with her Achilles,
Mm.
and and a blood clot and some other stuff.
Okay.
But she still was, even after that, still working out with a bad foot. I mean, here she is
Mm.
right now. You can see
Yeah.
the boot. She's still working out. And this lady's 50. 50 years old. She's gonna be 51 next summer. And
She's determined.
yeah, she's determined. That's one thing that it keeps seeing ladies going. Determination. You got to be determined in sport. It's a tough sport. There's a man right there. And I think she might do pretty good. She says it's gonna take some time where she fully gets together and she heals.
Yeah.
We might see her compete, like I said, if not next year, maybe 2026. So,
Right.
wish her best of luck for Ursula. I think she's a wonderful person, and I truly wish her opportunity. Maybe even maybe they have it by 2025. As there's going to be the Masters Olympia. Maybe she put an application for it, or do some other shows. But like I
Right.
said, I wish her the best of luck. I mean, and I know she is kind of been going at this for a good while. Also Ursula was in the military, so like I said, as citizen, I appreciate the sacrifice she has made for our country, and I think she's a great person. I hope she gets the opportunity to get into the big ring and really prove herself to the world.
Yeah. I don't have not much to say. I wish.
Well, like, you know anybody else you want to talk about? Because like I said, this is about
Well, really, tell you the truth, I mean, like, I was to keep it real. I was kind of focusing more on the Cat Williams stuff. I know it ain't bodybuilding.
Well, here's the thing is the Cat Williams stuff. They always think somebody's going to run them out about it. I don't care about it,
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
can move on for that. But we will
yeah.
mention a lady that I think you have interviewed. Well, it
Yeah.
was kind of I think a short interview.
Oh yeah, my friend, or it's
Yeah,
my well,
yeah,
I ain't gonna say friend. She wasn't no damn friend for me, but I know who you talking about. You making it interesting for me, huh?
yes, because
Yeah, make it interesting for me. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, because what, she has
What's
potential.
her name again? I forgot her name.
Marina Lopez, if I
Yeah,
pull up,
yeah.
and Miss Lopez, I
I'm
think,
not gonna lie, like my thing, like she's a beautiful, bodybuilder, but just change your attitude, man. That's all. Like shit. Like change your attitude.
well, like I said, maybe like I said again, you probably caught on a busy day
It
sometimes.
wasn't no bad day, George. It wasn't no bad day. It wasn't no bad day. But if you want to say that, it's fine. She had a
Well,
bad day.
sometimes it happens like that. Like Forrest Gump
Yeah.
said, it be like that sometimes, day to day.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, because I think, when she was interacting with Glenn, she was smiling and all that stuff. So I don't know, maybe I must have, why? Because I think I explained it before. I think we was focusing on the interview, but it was like my mother, she had to wanted to go out, and I didn't want her to disturb me because sometimes she want me to like lock the door behind her. So I didn't. I think my fault was that I didn't let her know, Melina, and so I think she was waiting and stuff, and then when I waited till my mother left the house, then I was like, hey, yo, I'm ready. And she said that she just came from the gym. So I said, all right, I'll wait. And 15 minutes passed and 20. Then it was like near like 12 o'clock, and I had to almost go to work soon. I'm like, yo, I thought we was doing this. So she saying something, and I was like, look, I had to wait for my mother. And like you shouldn't have had me waiting like that. I didn't mean it like that. So we was quarreling a little bit, and because I thought, it, long story short, that's what happened. Really, that's really because
Well,
of
like I say, sometimes it's bad timing. Your mother wanted to do this, she wanted to set at a time. Sometimes it's just timing could be one of the problems. We got here. Oh, well, well.
Hey, what's up? What's happening?
What
Happy
up?
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well,
Yes, sir.
he can't. Yeah, well, we hadn't seen this brother in a long time. Yo, people, yo, recognize this our man, Mr. Big Keith Williams. He's been out and about. He went on a family vacation, and I hope he had a good time. He couldn't make it last time because he got a little bit under the weather. I understand sometimes things
Yeah.
Yeah,
happen,
got a little
but we
sinus
welcome
infection
him.
that kicked my ass. Still working on it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, brother, I just said that to you. You weren't ready. You let me. But the fact is, we were just talking about some women who might be making a debut this year for 2024. There's some ladies that are, I think, they say they're officially going to make their debuts. Some say, I think, they're going to wait till next year or later down the road. Right now, one lady that we mentioned before, KL did an interview with her. This lady we mentioned before, and that is Martina Lopez. And Martina, she earned her pro card at the Olympia. She won the overall at that show. She won her class, and she got a pro card then. And I think, she's from Spain.
Is
I
that the
think
one
possibly.
that KL you interviewed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit.
But like I said, but she has a
Yeah,
great.
you real sympathetic with these women, George. I like you.
Well,
I am not. That's why I kind of stayed away from it. I'm like, the sense of appreciation for a lot of these chicks for what you guys do is just bullshit. So I'm like, let me take a step back for a second.
mhm. Well, my mindset is I don't do it just to get appreciation. I do it because I want to do it. And people who don't want to appreciate, I'm not gonna worry
Well,
about that.
I
I move
know.
on. And I focus on the ones who do. Like the ones who I post something about for them, they thank me, appreciate for that. But
Yeah.
she is possibly, maybe, I don't know, maybe she might take this year off and maybe compete next year. Or like I said, she's competing for a good while. She might say, you know what, tired of waiting. I want to take my shot and see if I get my pro card. So
Yeah.
Keith, he's a good judge of horse flesh, as you could say.
I
So
mean,
he says,
she a beautiful bodybuilder, man. Like, I'm not gonna take nothing away from that. She just it just we mesh. That's all.
uh-huh. So what do you think, Keith? He thinks she'll have a
She
chance
just
in
she
the
just
in.
on one. She just
So what do
on
you think,
one
Keith?
KL.
Huh?
Here's the thing. Like I always say this about all these girls. We'll see how it's the best thing is we'll see how they do in the crowd. Everybody looks good standing by themselves. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
ordered from my house.
Here, this is a
But
little
we'll see
video
how
for
they
right
do
here.
their clothes. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see how they do in the crowd. I mean, she's a little. thick waisted, but you never know. You never know.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
mean,
there's like, oh, like I said, she was overseas, so she possibly can try maybe a show in Spain. There's a
that
show.
Europa Spain show.
Yeah, also there's a show coming in the UK now. It's got a new show in the UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's on the list. So that'd be more opportunity for competitors that live overseas. Because I think they have a show in South Korea, but it's for physique.
Yeah,
But they have, you have the Mania Muscle Fest, the Portugal Pro, the Open Championship, and the show in UK. That's 4 shows for women's bodybuilding.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, how many shows are on the calendar this year for women's bodybuilding? 5
Well, I would say
in
at
the
least.
states.
I would say at least if you count Andrea's, Sydney's, and Whitney's new show, that's one. There's the show in Vancouver. Then there's a show. There's New York and
In the
Toronto.
no, in the states.
Yeah, that's what we're talking
Like
about.
in the
Yeah,
United
at least.
in the United States.
Yeah, that's what I'm
5.
saying. The United States. So I say you have
Yeah,
no count. Okay, you might want to count the Vancouver and Toronto show. You might want to say, but that is it's North America.
yeah,
So, but United States, you say
yeah.
United States specifically,
George,
you're
you're
gonna
high.
say, yeah. You know what?
Tina said
I'm gonna
you're
be nice
high.
to you, Tina.
You are
I'm
high.
gonna be nice to you, Tina.
Canada
I'm gonna
is
be nice
not
to
the
you, Tina.
United States.
I know it's not
I
United
have
States,
to go
but it's
back
part
to
of
South.
North America. It's part of America. All right? I know. That's why I said. That's why I
He
said
said it's a
earlier,
part of
Tina.
America.
Lord have
It's North
mercy.
America.
He said, I'm glad you're not the president.
Whoever, who cares? All right. Can I go? Is this my live stream? Is this my live stream? Okay, so let me go ahead and finish what I'm about to say.
George,
All right.
that is not the
What?
United States. That
I
is
know it's not
not
the
the
United States.
United States. You hear me?
I said it's North America.
It is
I said it.
connected. Look,
It's
just because
Kansas
we
America.
connected don't mean we connected.
But like I said, it's North America. Like I said, I know it's not the United States, but it's North America. Okay. So let me finish. This is my channel.
Let me
This
finish.
is my channel. This is my channel. Okay. See, that's how you put women in place, man. That's how you put women in place.
Okay, so let me rephrase the question. How many shows are there total for women to compete in this year in 2024?
Okay, now we go. Okay, let's go United States just for making wife happy. As you know, we have the Arizona, the show Arizona that's with Sydney and Whitney and Gillen and Andrea. That's coming in April. Then you have New York, Chicago. There's a new show. There's the 2 shows coming in Atlanta. That new show that's called the Clash, and also you have Whitney show. You have Tampa, and then you have well, I don't count as a qualification, but you do have the Rising Phoenix, so that's 7. All right.
Wow.
Then you have the Vancouver show, Island show. Then you have Toronto. That's 9. Then you have the show in the UK. You have you have the show in Portugal, Spain, and Romania. So that's 13. You take out the Rising Phoenix, which is it's a limited qualification, but as long as Andre's there, no one's gonna come on. So it's technically 12.
Well, I just don't understand the whole thing. If Andrea's there and we know she's gonna win, the whole thing is like, why don't you just move and give the next girl? And the thing that's shitty because the next girl is Angela, and she's all qualified. So you just can't. You just got to go down the line so you can get girls qualified for the Olympia. So the numbers. Yeah, like Tina said, which is absolutely true, and our coach Bo said it too. Is that you need to bring the point system back. You do.
Yeah. I think it does make sense to
That's
bring
all.
coaches because
What'd you say?
I think it does make sense to bring coaches back. Because the fact is, you can do it like this. You know, the wheelchairs get points.
Yep.
Why not give the special consideration for the women's bodybuilding? Because it's so
Well,
few
yeah,
shows.
especially when you look at a whole and sit there and say the numbers are down, and not by choice. The numbers are down because of what you guys are doing. So if we had to really look and say, okay, how many pro qualifiers are there for men, for men's bodybuilding, for women's physique, for women's wellness, et cetera, and see how many shows compared to women's bodybuilding.
Hello?
Yeah, he got cut off. I think it's
I think your sound went out. Hello?
yeah.
Can't hear you. He's talking. Your sound went out. I think you went on mute.
You can't message him.
Yeah, let me send a message. Yeah, I just tell him his sound went out. Let me send a message to because I don't know, maybe something you might hit a blank spot. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's there's so few shows. Also, I forgot the show the Masters um champion the Masters World Championship, but that's not Olympic qualification. I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna see if some bitches, you know,
Mm.
say I would say this is okay. But like I said, he's just talking. But
Yeah.
you know, it's like I said, if you look at this, it's supposed to be updated, but I don't think they added any more women's vitamin show to it. There was supposed to be a show in Texas. It was in the list back in 2022, but then for some reason they dropped it out. I mean, but yeah, so you have the instead again, look at the list. You have the show in the Arizona show, which is the Destiny, the triple O Destiny Dynasty. I mean, you have Vancouver, New York, Clash of Titans. That's
Right.
in Atlanta, Toronto. Oh, they added the Imperio. It's the
They added
Imperio.
Imperial.
Yeah, the Imperio. That's another show in Spain.
Oh.
And if I'm think I think no. I think the Europa dropped women's bodybuilding
Mm.
because the Imperio, that's another show in Spain that has physique. So it's not the your show unless they're gonna put it on. Maybe we're waiting. Like I said, the list's not completely finished,
Mm.
so there's a good chance that the Europa might have women's bodybuilding. They just hadn't put on the list yet. But this show Imperio, that was a show where I think the lady from Great Britain, Shasti Romani Shasti, she earned her pro card. She earned her Olympic qualification at. But that's the Imperial show in Spain. There's two shows in Spain, but they don't have the Imperial on here on the list unless they're gonna put it on last minute.
Mm.
Hmm. So I don't know what's going on. He's still, you gotta go. You gotta
Eh,
go in
How
because
many? How many? I was
I was
about to ask you. I was about to ask you like how many more women that you have like when that pro debut.
well. I just like I said, I didn't have a list per se. The ones that I knew got so many, but the ones that really stand out,
Yeah.
the ones that we interviewed and the ones
Right.
that that stand out. Those are the ones that really good. But there's a lot of ladies.
Uh,
Like people like say Shannon, who's been competing for a long time. Hannah,
right.
also Amanda Snooks, my dear friend Miss Amanda Snooks. Amanda, she I don't know, she might make a pro debut because she be a little more than 10 years, nearly I think 15 years. I think
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
and she just as you know, she was the one who told me about the situation about Kristen Lay, Christina, and
Oh, okay.
yeah. And Amanda's a great person. I think she might, I don't know, she might make her pro debut.
Mm.
It's all up to time and everything else. You know, if she can bring in her
Amanda
conditioning,
Snooks.
yeah, she bring in her conditioning, and let's see. I think you got a message back. Right. I think she messaged me back. Yeah. We can. I don't know what's going on with his sound. It should be. You
Yeah.
know. Let me check and see. Take a look here for you folks. If you know who was here, he picked on him saying
Yeah. He was popping in my head right now. He was popping in my head right now.
yeah. This is Amanda posted this on her IG while I was going to make an announcement. While I was going, who's going to be making their pro debut.
Well,
Shout out
you
to Amanda.
got
I
some
appreciate it.
people that love you, boy. Your bodybuilders friends.
Well, I would say these ladies I become really funny with acquainted with. These are good women. Like I said, I met
Yeah.
Amanda back in 2021. You know at
Oh, when
the
you went to the that competition show.
no at which is that the thing the Glenn was the premiering his
Oh,
magazine. That's
oh,
2022.
okay. All
2021
right.
or 2022. 2020. Yeah, 2022. 2022.
Okay.
But I can't. Like I said, I'm gonna say this. Let me just uh, if you can see me, go in and go out because I don't know. It's some just sound. We can't hear you. Go out. We can't hear you. Can you hear me now? I can't hear you, but you can hear me. You- You're probably on mute because I don't think I put. You might be. You might put yourself on mute or just go in and go out. All right, that's just help. All right, let's see if that works. Something's going on.
So ask yourself. So,
There he goes. He'll just come back in later.
okay.
But like I said, with this, a lot of ladies, there's a lot of ladies very, good condition, impressive shape. Would they make their debuts? Some are taking some time to make their debuts. They might wait next year, a year or two. I know I was talking to one lady. She competes and well, she has some surgery. She said she's gonna try to make 2026. I know with Brittany, I think she has some issues because of medical issues. She might be coming back next year. There
Mm.
we go. There you go.
Now,
Yeah, I can hear you.
yeah.
You were talking, but we couldn't hear you or anything. We were trying to tell you to get back in, come out.
No, I was saying, who was that girl that you guys had up, the blonde chick?
Oh, that's Amanda Snooks. Amanda, she got a pro card in North America's last year,
Okay.
and she might make a debut this year. I don't know. It's I was trying to hope she can come on here and she can do talk and give her thoughts, but she was busy that today and she couldn't even make it. But but I would say like this. There's so many ladies. Like as you know, I interviewed Anastasia Ryder, and I think Anastasia said that she might be making her debut um, this year. So
So a picture.
yes. And
And
if you
she's
know,
solid though, man. I was looking at her in that interview. I was like, wow, she's great.
yeah. Uh, I think like I said, I think she said she is making her debut. You know, and She looks pretty. She looked pretty impressive when she was at North Americas. I mean, she was at Nationals. That's where she got her her pro qualification at Nationals,
Yeah.
and you know, but she's a little bit bigger, taller. She's been competing for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Not as long as some women, but she's competing for a good bit. She really wants to. I think she's honestly said. I think she's going to try to make her debut because sometimes some ladies don't want to sit too long. They don't want to,
Right.
like what happened with Chelsea. Remember Chelsea? She got a pro card, made a debut the next year, did Chicago, and then got her qualification for the Olympia at Tampa, her first Olympic qualification. Keith was there, because him and I think it was T was competing that show at Tampa, and and that's looked pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
and she turned around, did a show in Europa, and again got a second qualification to Olympia. Good question is what we would. I remember we were talking with Anastasia. She's thinking about doing Tampa because she lives right in that area. So possibly might see her. She might. It's depending how hoops can be at Tampa. Her conditioning. She could probably do well to the show.
Right.
Yeah. There's Nina Beans right there. I recognize Nina Beans. So the question is, Nina's going to compete this year or not?
Is that her real name, Nina Beans?
No, it's just a nickname she used because it's her nickname.
That's a heck of a name. I was like, wow.
Yeah, but I think my brother froze. He might be someplace he froze. He might be busy. Something he's mute. Right? But we were saying Anastasia might be competing this year.
Is that the girl who just won nationals?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought she said that she was going to compete. Why wait? I don't understand why. I never understood why girls get their pro cards and then wait to compete.
Well, you gotta think about it. You don't want to just jump into fire just yet and not feel like you're prepared.
Well, I mean, I was like, fuck it. I don't wait. I'm just gonna jump in the fire, And the funny thing is, Tony Freeman looked at me after I did Tampa, which was a deep lineup. He said, the funny thing is, you're a better pro than you were amateur. And the same thing with Tina. Right after she won Miss International, I threw her ass right in the fire. And I think she was seventh. She was seventh. Right after the day before she won the Wings of Strength. So how do you know where you stand unless you stand amongst everybody and sit there and say, okay, this is where I stand now. I know what I have to improve and then go back and improve on. That's what I don't understand. And you're talking about two competitive, two active competitors right now who did.
Nope.
It just makes no sense to me.
Well, sometimes you feel like you want to make some improvements because it's one thing you compete with amateurs, but then you got to rub shoulders with like people like Tina and Andrea and Chelsea and so many others who like remember Chelsea, she jumped into the fire and she did pretty good.
Yeah.
But sometimes
you never know. Like Tina hated me for it. She was pissed at me actually. She was mad because I was like, well, they say you can compete as a pro the next day, and she's like, I don't want to. I'm like, well, we about to find out.
Yeah, I think.
And she did well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think another lady here. Her name is Big Jane. Her last name is hard to pronounce, so I'll go by Big Jane. Now she got her pro card. She competed at North Americans, but she got her pro card at the Olympia. at the Olympia amateurs. And I think I don't know. I know she does some interviews with David over the Female Bodybuilding channel, and also she does an interview with the David at the Female Body Forum. And she does an interview with the Female Bodybuilding channel, and she just started following me on my IG, and she's impressive. I mean, we'll put a picture here. Y'all can check her out, see what your thoughts of her. Yeah, and I think this was very North Americans. I think she was second to.
Wow.
She was second to Brittany at that show, but she didn't get a pro card. Was second or third? Yeah, second to Brittany in their class. So she didn't get a pro card in the class, and she didn't make the overall. But she did make the overall for the amateur Olympia. She took second to the lady Martina that KL interviewed, and she has potential. And like I said, she lives in Florida, and I think, like I said, she's originally from Thailand. I remember she did an interview with David, and she lives in Florida with her family. But I think she also stayed in Hawaii for a bit. She has a good look to her. I mean, good amount of muscle. This is I think she has potential.
This dude, what's his name? I forgot his name.
Yeah, okay.
Emoji.
Yeah. But this is the way she was at North Americans. She was like right here because I think it was in women's heavyweight. She was second to Brittany right there, and she didn't make the overall because she's second. She couldn't make the overall.
She's really short.
She's short as hell. Another minion.
What?
Said another minion. She said she's short as hell.
Well, like Tina, no one's like a tree like you.
Can you cut me off at the knees? I'd do great.
Yeah, that's that's just harder for you taller women because you know what, you just can't put on the muscle as much as the like the girls who like look at Michaela, or look at who else like Jay Fuchs, or even Hella. It's a lot harder for y'all because you're just so tall.
True. Absolutely true.
Yeah.
Well, that's what, we got feedback from Sandy about Tina, and she said they just want her bigger. And I told Tina the last time we see Andrea was 200, 212 or something like that, 2 something, and Tina was at 5'6", and Tina was like 180. She's much bigger now, but that just tells you where you have to be off season wise, size wise, because these girls like Andrea, and she's not fat, she just gets big, And like I said, the last time I was on here, her feedback from the judges like keep everything the same, just don't change something. So when that tells her, everybody keeps saying, when is she going to be beat? Well, that's kind of a hard thing to say because if the judge is saying, just keep bringing this look in and nobody will beat you, well, what are you going to do?
Yeah, that's the thing. There's not much she can do. If she is, like I said, Andrea is the standard right now for women's bodybuilding. And it's going to be hard to beat that standard.
Yeah.
If the judges are the ones pushing for it, like if they, like I said, this. Remember you time you told me that they want Shanique Grant going women's bodybuilding, but Shanique didn't want to go, and she decided, and then you look at someone like Natalia, she should go, but if she won't,
nope,
she's gonna.
She's gonna be stuck in that. I think that it'll be interesting to see that after this Olympia, if she loses again, what will she do? That'll be the question.
Mm-hmm.
If Sarah beats her again,
anyway, like I said,
What happened?
like you're saying, if Sarah beats her again, you think she should stay in physique, or eventually move over?
I say I would say that she would move. I mean, that would be the that would be the wise thing to do, don't you think? For
That would be
Sarah.
wise. Yeah, because I think Ashley Jones. Ashley Jones said she's moving over, and I
Yeah.
think I
And
heard that.
Andrea is the one that suggested that she moves over.
Mhm. I think that chick Emmy Sherbert, she might be moving because she said she's not competing this year.
Well, I mean, they're saying she's getting too big for women's physique. So,
Yeah.
like Ashley Jones is the same. It's the same thing. Andrea is the one that showed.
Like they're not big enough, but they're too big, because they don't understand that 5 or 6 pounds is a muscle, and then they don't realize how much work it is. It sounds easy, but try to put 6 pounds of muscle on a female body.
Well, why is Andrea telling Ashley Jones to go over to women's body?
Mhm.
She's the one.
They say they're too big for women's physique, but they don't understand how much mass they have to put on to be considered a women's athlete. It's not that simple.
Yeah.
I mean, even
It's just
Angela, she's like, I've been working inside. She's like, and when we were talking, we were in the right meeting. She's like, I just want somebody to recognize me inside that song. She's like, I put in so much work. It's so much work. And you're talking about the second best bodybuilder in the world, and she is still like, this is so hard. I mean, come on, it's not like you just put on muscle. Like when Maya and I had the conversation, she's like, I did not realize how hard this is going to be. And Maya is an elite athlete. She's a top 5 bodybuilder, and she was like, this is hard. Women don't get it. It sounds good. Well, I'm too big for women to speak. Okay, well, come over with the monster. Stand next to Andrea, and you're going to get the smoke.
Mhm.
See what I'm saying? It's like, in my opinion, for Sarah, you better should say when you speak, but and Kurt, you can have
We're talking about that.
I mean, that's just my opinion.
I like how to talk about Michaela, how her physique is because she's so short and it's just she has that awkward physique, and she's like got too big for physique to go back down, but still she's.
That's it. And now she's placing worse and worse and worse. And the question is why?
Well, she got real.
I'm not saying she should get old. I'm just saying she
Yeah, because
I don't know.
I think to me, Nikki should have won Tampa. To be honest with you, I think Nikki had the better aesthetics compared to Michaela, but conditioning was just where Michaela got it.
But yeah, that's where they have to go when you go to the highest level, and they're looking at your physique more than they're looking at the other, because clearly Michaela plays less because of her physique. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
I don't know. They're not.
Yeah. Well, okay. Can you hear me still? What's going on?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Yeah, I was saying like this, like remember at Chicago how me and you talked about how, Jessica Martin should have won over Christina.
Yeah.
She was a bigger, more fuller, but Christina had those aesthetics that they want to see more women's bodybuilding.
Yep.
Realize femininity, and that's the thing is, I think that's the thing with a lot of these new amateurs coming in, these new pros coming in, might as well say. They don't want to take a chance, and they want to do a show, and then you heard that I did an interview with a girl last weekend. She told me Hunter Henderson's coming back.
Yeah, she moved to Vegas.
Mm-hmm. And you've seen pictures of Hunter, if you follow her on social media, she looks pretty good.
I guess she's training where Christina is training at. But I know her trainer. Well, I want to say Matt Jensen must train them both in, because I know Matt Jensen trained Christina, and I know Hunter, before she quit, she was training with Matt Jensen. So, maybe he's training them both. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully she won't feel herself.
Well, you gotta think about that. Remember, she just debuted her bodybuilding debut, her pro debut within just months apart. She debuted at Omaha at the Midwest show, then got a pro card at USA's, and then she took second to Mona at Tampa.
Yeah.
He might lose my brother. And then she looked pretty good. I thought she might maybe do another show because she did have enough points where all she needed is maybe one show. She might have got qualified for Olympic by points or win a show. But I think I don't know her mindset stuff like that. I don't know.
She's a powerlifter. That's where her passion is. She said it. She loves powerlifting. She's a strong ass chick. So that's where her mindset was. But powerlifting, I guess I can't speak on it. I don't know if she's making any money from powerlifting. I mean, it can't be any more than she's making in bodybuilding.
Well, I think some depending if you win tournaments stuff like that, you can make some money from powerlifting. I know a couple interviews some ladies did powerlift before getting into bodybuilding, and maybe that's what she was doing. She was stacking her chips because it's like I remember I did an interview with a lady she's an MMA fighter, but also she was a fitness competitor, and her MMA fighter.
Because I think I just read something that she's like a tech of some sort, like a X-ray tech or something. Because I just seen some posts on her Facebook that she took on a job so that she wouldn't lose her passion and what she went to school for and stuff. So she's not one of these chicks that's trained. She actually has a fucking job. So.
Well, quite a few ladies got jobs. Your wife has a job. I know some others have jobs. It's just that some like to don't do the other stuff because it's a way they can really focus on their training.
Yeah. She must.
Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, we don't be on too much longer. Like I said, there's quite a few ladies. There's a lot of women who get their pro cards this year. There's I know one lady I didn't interview. Her name is Jerissa Upton. She got a pro card in the Bahamas, and then there was an issue because there was enough competitors. They gave her a pro card, but now she's going to try to see if she can get it this year. Shout out to Jerissa. They have all the amateurs coming up. And that's in March. So hoping they do have enough competitors. Last year, they didn't have enough competitors. You know what happened that mess? I don't know why they canceled the last minute, right after Christmas, after Thanksgiving, right before Christmas, give everybody back their money. It's the holidays. You get about $300, $400, $500 back, and what are you gonna do with it? Yeah. Well, yo, we got somebody here for you. This is our man, Raheem Hamilton. Hey,
what up, bro?
Yeah, Raheem must be still at work or he's just getting off work. But like I said, I want to wish all the ladies who are going to debut this year all the best of luck.
Well, Raheem, I can tell him one thing. He's smart. We always bring up The Rock and all this other shit. Well, you see what The Rock just did this year with football. So he owned the XFL, the NFL owned the USFL. They merged and made it the United League. So you know how big that's going to be? So you took two leagues and made it to one. And so I remember seeing a post of people saying, oh, The Rock will ruin bodybuilding if he ever came to sports. I go, those are the guys that you need to be in the IFBB because they think outside the box. How can I make the brand bigger? Mm-hmm. How can I make the brand more money? All these dumbass people who sitting there posting, oh, The Rock will just ruin it and blah, 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 blah. No, here's the thing. There's a lot of bodybuilders and competitors in the world who want things to change but don't want to say anything. And it's just a fact. I said, but when you got a guy who's speaking for the athlete because he is an athlete, and most of the people who control our sport aren't athletes, let's just keep it 100, you want somebody advocating for you like that. You know what I'm saying? So now he has the XFL and the USFL. Now it's called the United League. And I go, wow. It is more powerful and makes more money. But in the world that we live in the sport that we live in, there's nobody thinking outside the box. Here's what thinking outside the box in sport is. Oh, let's find a better venue for the Olympia. Oh, we're going to be at this hotel versus this hotel, and not sitting there saying, okay, the numbers are down in women's bodybuilding. How do we fix that? How do we do things to make it better? And that's not what we do. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't have anybody thinking outside the box, but, okay, how can we make the venue that we have better, or how can we find a venue to make it better, or the expo better and all this other stuff versus, okay, how do we make this a bigger draw to a bigger audience?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like one thing is like most definitely. I know I had some ladies tell me that they, like, especially I think it goes with the issue with The Rock because with his ex-wife and stuff like that. But then like I said again, like someone like Shaq, he's a fan of bodybuilding. He goes to the show. He was at the Olympia.
And The Rock. I mean, The Rock was before The Rock went into the XFL and all this other stuff. Guess what? If you go back and look at Steve Weinberger's videos, The Rock at Beth France is working out. Shaq is ambassador of the shows and always at the Olympia. So these were two active guys that were involved in or that are fans of the sport. You know what I'm saying? So you get two guys like that behind a machine like the IFBB, but like I said, here lies the problem. It's a control factor when it comes to IFBB. Jake Woods, and me and Tina get into this discussion all the time, Jake Woods has done wonderful things for the IFBB, the Olympia, women's bodybuilding, etc. But if I, and maybe it's just me, and I'm sure Raheem and maybe KL was with me too, or maybe you, if I'm the fucking money behind the machine, it's my way or the fucking highway. Because clearly I'm seeing some things that are not adding up, especially if I got into this thing to bring women's bodybuilding back, but that's the lowest number of all the classes in the show. There's a problem. I spent all this money to get in the door, bring women's bodybuilding back, promote women's bodybuilding again. I know the picture is bigger now that he's involved with everything, but then to only see that number, manifest to be less and less and less at the end of the day. That's when you look at somebody like Jim Mannion and says, hey, how about we talk to these promoters? Because I understand what Raheem and other people says, hey, well, maybe these promoters should put their money where their mouth is. Maybe the IFBB says, hey, we're not going to charge you a sanction fee, but bring the women's bodybuilding back. All you got to do is put up the prize money. Or something like that. But they don't, because at the end of the day, we all understand the IFBB earns, and between the NPC and the IFBB, there's a shit ton of money being earned. It is a shit ton of money. Where that money goes, I have no idea, because most of these shows, if it's at the Arnold or Olympia, the prize this year. And here's the funny thing: think about it this year. Steve Weinberger upped the prize money for the New York Pro for men to $50,000. $50,000. Did the women's money change?
No. I doubt it.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's this big announcement. The New York Pro men's bodybuilding, the prize money bigger than it's ever been. But the money still stays the same for the women. That makes no sense to me. And that's crazy.
Yeah, but you get more flies with honeydew with vinegar. You will get more women probably want to do the show if the money's in it for them. We got here for Raheem says all sports sucks because there's no more rivalries, and he says this. He says, if I was competing in bodybuilding shows, I would build a rivalry with anyone who competes with me. Build up hype, like good example of rivalry, Sarah and Natalia. That is probably one of the true. Everybody likes Andrea.
When we created Generation Iron, it was Kai and Phil. I mean, they and the characters that the way they built the characters was Phil was an arrogant fucking asshole prick, and Kai was the guy that everybody loved, and that was just a fact. And when they got on stage, they were elbowing each other, and there was a whole bunch of drama and shit goes on between them. I don't think it's like there's a thing I watch every morning. It's called the 90s golden era of bodybuilding, and you hear all the guys talking in that era saying every time that you went on stage, it was like any of those guys could be Mr. Olympia because it was that competitive back then. It's not like that anymore. The camaraderie in which the sport is today is not like it was in the 90s. And if you go back and look at that, go to YouTube, golden eras of the 90s men's bodybuilding, and it's fucking nuts. You have Ronnie, Chris Kamir, John Ray, Flex Wheeler, guys from they had this guy from England. It was Lee Priest. You had all these guys, Milos, all these guys that competed, and it was so competitive for so in that whole '90s era that Dorian says at any given time, any of us could beat each other. You just don't have that now. But the camaraderie was, if you go back and look at that video, they made that happen. Those athletes made that happen. They were all training in the same gym. They were hanging out. They were boys and all this other stuff. That's not what the sport is today. It's not.
Because Sarah, she owns her own gym. She doesn't train with a lot of people. I think, and also women are not as into drama as much as men. I think women got into drama, but
well, I mean, George, women are drama.
Drama, yeah, we know drama, yeah.
But when we watch that thing with Angela and Natalia and Andrea, that was pretty fucking cool. You know, to watch them in the gym going at it. Let's see what you. I mean, it was fascinating to watch. That's what they need more of. If you're in Wings of Strength and you got this big production company and everything, and you now control the IFBB, why wouldn't you do more of that?
I don't know. It's we just Raheem. He has some advice to us. Like if I was in the same show with Keith Williams, every gym he goes to work out to get ready for the show, I'll be at the gym, the same gym, just to get in his head. Also,
and here's the thing.
You get what he says. I will be Clubber Lane, and Keith will be Rocky. And hop out every podcast show.
We know how that started now.
You said, you tell Tina, hey woman, come on in and say you're real man.
Let me show you a real man. Let me show you a real man. But if you go back and look at that YouTube, and I watch it probably every other day of the '90s, there, even Sean Ray was.
We lost it again. There he goes. We got here. This is from my man, Raheem. He said women are into drama. Yes, they're into drama, but usually some of these women bodybuilders don't do enough drama. They just don't, But it's just
not for like they just give Andre like, oh, she's so beautiful. She's so beautiful.
She is.
I mean, it gotta be a hater. Like, it gotta be. I mean, it's not fun. It's like, okay, they just work out together. Nobody don't talk shit. Like, it ain't. Like, sometimes it could be boring. Like, it's just being real. Like, you just see them pose and all this stuff. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like with Linda Murray, how no one really had any bad thing. Now some people had issues with Iris, but sometimes if you're just a good person, people are gonna like you. Sometimes that's hard. Some people you just can't hate. No matter you want to try to hate.
Like I said, if you guys go back and watch that video of the golden eras of the '90s. Paul Gillette, Chris Cormier, Flex Wheeler, all those guys were training at Gold's Gym Guinness. Go look at Arnold and the little dude, Franco Palumbo. All those guys were training at the same fucking gym. They were all training at the same gym for the same shows, and it was
Arnold used to talk.
It was drama. It was drama, but it wasn't drama because they all knew that being in the same gym, working out, and we know that's not realistic these days because we knew Gold's Gym was the destination for bodybuilders at that time and era. Just like, you got on the West Coast, you got Gold's Gym. On the East Coast, you got Bear Francis. In Texas, you got the Metroplex. So you got in Florida, you got a different place as well. So all these guys bounce around, and now you will see even like Samson Dua and Derek and Nick Walker, they'll be working out together. So you see all this other stuff. But these women are not doing those shit like that. You got to collaborate and do stuff like that. Like I was listening to Samsung because somebody goes, Andrew Jack, because right now, where bodybuilding's popping is in the UK. Bodybuilding is popping in the UK.
That's why I think they get that. That's why I think they that show coming up now in the UK, the Two Bros show, and we're having bodybuilding UK because you got quite a few bodybuilders in the UK.
Europeans love men and women's bodybuilding over there.
Mm-hmm.
They love it. So, maybe somebody start giving somebody here over in Europe. I know women don't want to travel, but shit, they love. That's where Iris was going for. All the muscle works and shit and all that. But these women were going over there because they love it over there. Europeans are different people than people in the States.
Yeah,
They actually
like,
appreciate
yeah,
everything a little bit different than here.
like you follow the female bodybuilding channel. They posted something like they just posted something about this one lady. I'll pull up her real quick. She works with Natalia Levanova and her husband. She got her pro card. I think she had to petition for her pro card. Uh, I forget. I don't know how to pronounce her name because it is in Russian. She just yeah, got her pro card a while back. She works with Anastasia Leonova and her husband right here, and she's this chick.
Alessandra Antora.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Well,
think it's Alexandra. I think that's her name is, and this
Antipo.
chick is like, you.
Yeah,
She
but see, women's bodybuilding in Europe is on and popping. But here's the thing. They ain't coming all the way to the United States to compete in any of these fucking bullshit shows for $2,000. That's what they cost them to fly over here.
Wow, her arms is
Mhm.
big.
Yeah, she's huge. It's a good chance she might be mostly go compete overseas. But yeah, if there's more money for the women here, there probably would be. Whatever.
Exactly.
This from the man Raheem says, if I was a female bodybuilder, I would say fuck Andrea Shaw and I'm coming for that title. Well, fuck you,
And like I told, and I can quote her saying this. You can come after me, you can talk all the shit you want, but it just makes her work even harder. And it's all good. And here's the thing, she welcomes it. She wants to be challenged. She wants to be pushed. That's not something that she's running away from. And those are words, quote unquote, out of her mouth to me. When we were training, I welcome the negative bullshit. I welcome people who think they can get in my head. I welcome people who think they can beat me. Hey.
It's like that 50 Cent song, Hustle Ambition, where it says, I need to hate because it fuels me. Sometimes that's what it is. Sometimes, your hate can fuel somebody because you know what? You're wasting your time if you hate so much. Sorry about the language, but the sport needs that hype. Yeah, it does that. And, and like I said, maybe there might be some rivalries. Maybe somebody might say, yeah, I'm gonna go after Andrea's head. Maybe that could help out if more people, one thing is now bodybuilding has expanded the last 20, 30 years. California was the big mecca for a long time, but then it's like you got Florida, you got Texas. I interviewed a couple ladies right here in my home state of North Carolina. It's really growing. It's just, I think that's what it is. That I think it doesn't have that close bond like it had back in the day. Everybody's kind of spreading out. You got people in Texas like Mela. Maybe if I think like someone like if you see like someone like Ashley works out with Mela, and they start a little something, that would probably help out.
It's like I said, Andrea is the one who told Ashley that she should go into women's bodybuilding. Andrea also said that she had invited, Angela, the runner-up at the Olympia, prior had invited her to come train with her, work out with her. She invites it. It's not a big deal, So because she understands it will help the sport. It will help both athletes to push each other to the brink of how far can we push each other. It's going to make for great. It's going to make for great shit on stage. And then until this last year, Andrea said she finally welcomed it because some people are like, well, it'd be kind of weird training with somebody that I'm going to compete against. I'm like, why is that? Like Kevin, Dorian, all these guys, they knew they were boys. They traveled the circuit together and everything else, but they knew it was pushing them to be better. And that's why that era of bodybuilding, no offense to my generation of bodybuilders, there will never ever be an era like that with the Ronnie. Think about it. Think about this, George. If you ever remember the story that Kevin LeBron told Ronnie Coleman, they were in Russia, I think. And that was the last time that Ronnie ever lost. So he goes in the room with Kevin. Ronnie's sitting there. Kevin tells him, you need to relax. These guys are all flying. Ronnie's on trains and shit. Kevin tells Ronnie, have a drink. Have a piece slice of this pizza. And he's like, man, I can't eat that shit. And Kevin told Ronnie, this is your problem. You're too intense. You need to relax. And he told Ronnie, have a shot of this vodka with this coffee. Ronnie's like, man, I don't drink. Do you know after that, Ronnie never lost to Kevin or any of those guys ever again. And Kevin's like, maybe I shouldn't have gave him that fight, but that's how tight they were. You know what I'm saying? That's what the camaraderie was. And again, Lonnie Coleman is the best bodybuilder ever graced the face of the fucking planet. But that's just how those guys were. That's how Kevin and Flex were. That's how Sean and Chris and Flex and all those guys were. And you just don't see that in women's bodybuilding. And if you want to amplify this shit, that's just what they're going to have to do somehow, some way. And I know that Andrea, and this is a fact, is welcome to the idea of it. You know, I mean, shit, we seen that video where she working out with those two girls. They're like, shit, this is what she doing when she by herself? And then you get in a competitive atmosphere, the shit changes. Shit goes up 3 or 4 more notches.
Yeah, because I remember Michaela was there, and also Nikki Charter was there.
Yeah.
You know, they should have done, like, instead of just those 3, should have had all of them, and that would have been great. Had a group of women, Olympic level women there, and they should do that next year. Just like I said, just don't have just number 1 and number 2 and an up and comer. Bring in anybody else who wants to get involved in it. Like I said, you had Michaela there, you had Nikki there. They could have, your wife was there. They could have invited her and said, "Hey, come." That would be something great to see, especially put it on social media.
Because you don't see the hard training that these girls do, the weight that they lift and shit like that. You don't see that unless you go to their particular social media. You don't see that. But if you see, man, these girls, shit, they move with the weight. They're training. They're pushing each other. They're in each other's face. And Raheem would say it best: made for TV. Made for TV. Cause a little drama, get in each other's face. You ain't ready for me, girls. I mean, just that kind of shit. It can be scripted. Who cares? Nobody knows, but it makes for good TV. It makes her, man, I want to really watch this shit and see how these girls end up doing on stage after training together and after pushing each other. It's a series.
Yeah, and also I think a few of the other women in the division saying, you know what, maybe one day when I'm out and about, if I see this girl and we're like in the same division, we'll work out together. We do something, we have a look back for. But the thing is, with women and men, we can, I remember sometimes you get in a fight with a guy, he'd be your friend the next week. But women,
it depends. It depends.
It depends. But with women, sometimes women give it. There's always women just are a lot more catty than us men. We form bonds and brotherhood a lot easier. I think it's just, I don't know, maybe something, in our, just, I don't know. But that's how it is with us compared to women. But I think
women are emotional creatures, and we are not as emotional as women. And no offense to women when I say that, it's just a fact.
Yeah, you're married to a woman.
It's called estrogen. It's called estrogen. Damn it.
We have testosterone. See, men, it goes back to warrior days. We hunt together. We fight together. We do things because it's the bond. Like that movie series, Band of Brothers. You may not like that man, but you can trust him. Watch your back when you're out there fighting the fields together.
Well, and that's funny that you say that, George.
And
it's funny that you say that because Jim Harbaugh says him and his team, Michigan, because they play for the national championship, they watch documentaries and he watch shit like Wolfpack sticking together, and things like that. Understanding when you go into battle, you guys are going to battle together, not individually, together. Lions going into battle together, protecting the lioness and the king of the pride. So, it's one of those things where I always, give Raheem his credit because he said, this is the way you have to market shit. This is the way you have to do it in order for it to work. And if they're not willing to do it, or I wouldn't even say the IFBB because they have their hands trying to do too much shit. But if your wings are strained and you're these girls, you create something amongst each other to create something like this for it to happen, because it ain't going to happen anywhere else. Because I can't blame the IFBB because they got their hands in too much other shit. You know what I'm saying? Their job is to put on shows, promote shows, to make money. Their job is not to create content for women's bodybuilding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can't explain it from there. But I think we the strength and other people who are promotes bodybuilding should step up. I mean, like I said, Like bring back the ambassador program. That helped out. That helped out a bit.
Well,
Just
and again, George, it's like what you did. Like when I first met you, George, and I was certain you would post those videos, and you would like, every girl you would go through and say a little bit about their story, a little about where they're from, a little like the one girl who had the baby changing diapers. You would do that, and it's like, these girls can create YouTube channels for themselves. I see your girl just started a new one, but you
Chelsea,
can
yeah.
document shit for yourself. You can put up cameras for yourself. Samson Dua, who's my boy now, and he does all this stuff. He does all his documentation on this journey, and then once a week he has a Q&A, which these girls should be doing, where they sit on their social media and just do a Q&A for like 20, 30 minutes with people. And this dude, every week he does once a week a Q&A for people to ask him questions. And then that's how you build up your fan base. I mean, this dude has built up his fan base so much in Europe. He went to go look at a McLaren. Now McLaren has gave him a brand new fucking car for free because his fan base. Yeah, $386,000 car. He went to the dealership to look for one, to buy one, and now he has a partnership with them because his social media is up there, because he documents every one of his workouts that you can see. I watch him every fucking morning. He documents him at home, cooking, all this other stuff. How much of this do you see from these girls? How much do
Well,
we really get the insight do we see from these girls? Because they all have the same capability of starting a YouTube channel, filming it, setting up the camera. I even got a new camera deal where I can set it up on the thing and it moves where I move when I'm at the gym. It's the coolest shit ever.
yeah.
So you can do it. I've been starting a YouTube channel for myself for all my stuff as I'm getting ready for the 2024 season. So these girls have to understand, more so the girls than the guys, which the guys are already doing it, that this is what you're going to have to do to promote yourself and to promote the sport for everybody and yourself. But they're just not doing it.
But here's the big problem is, Keith, that a lot of people are not into women's bodybuilding like we are. And it's hard to promote yourself if you don't get the followership. I know some ladies who've been on YouTube longer than I have been and still don't get as many followers as I get. There's ladies who
So
have
what
YouTube
makes their
channels
fans only then so popular?
because that's sex. Sex is always going to sell. That's it.
So
You
fans
can't do but so
only.
much. You can only
Go
do
ahead.
so much on YouTube. Because that's what happened with Chelsea. She like she said, where her channel was, she was warned. They give you warnings and they give you a strike. And what happened with her, that because Chelsea, she does a little, if she posts any of that stuff, YouTube doesn't want any kind of drug. YouTube it's getting away. I'm looking at Chelsea's comments and people saying, "Oh, it's political, it's conservative, it's no, it's money. It's about a business, and YouTube is a business, and they
Yeah.
want to make their money. They don't
Yeah, you gotta be
care.
careful with
But unless
like
you're this
posting
person,
stuff.
if you're in the works, like I said this, if you're the bottom bitch, like in the Pippa game, you're the bottom bitch bringing the money, they'll overlook some stuff. But if you're not bringing in money for YouTube, then they will
Yeah.
penalize you. That's happened with Chelsea. It might have been something she put up there, and it wasn't risque. It was something that wasn't too risque, but it might have been stuff that they didn't like, and
They
she
don't
should have just
prove.
pulled back a
Yeah.
little bit on it.
Yeah.
Did you see any of her? Had you ever been on her YouTube or whatever before?
I
Yeah, I was a member.
I ain't never I ain't never seen her like on YouTube channel too much, but I know other things she do. Like,
Is it
I
that?
Mhm.
know
I mean, is
she's in
it that
other things.
risque?
No, was risque. Mostly
Say
was
that.
workout stuff, stuff like that. She might have put something in there that they didn't like, and but this is that thing about, like, even when I post my videos, like KSC, some of my stuff I posted, I had to put my adult warning on it, just in case. I
Yeah.
used to remember when I put my comparison videos, and they told me, say it was against because of, wait a minute, I'm not showing these women are wearing bathing suits and stuff like that, and it's just
Yeah.
posing suits. It's not nothing really naked, but because
It depends, like the age restriction, you gotta put it, or they gonna do it for you. They gonna be like, well, they don't give you a strike because
no,
I think that I go through the same thing. Like if you showing like some more details with the women, they gonna check you with it. They gonna be like age
but
restriction
funny
and
funny
stuff
thing,
like
I
that.
I had put a short, this girl dancing. Now, maybe I forgot to put the restriction on, but it's her dancing. She's not naked.
What
She's
kind
wearing
of
a
dance
dress.
was she doing?
just
But she
spinning around, dancing like
she
kind
was
of
half
going.
naked.
No, she wasn't even naked. She was wearing a dress. She
Twerking? Was she twerking?
no, she wasn't twerking. She was like very
I
Spanish. It
can't
was like
help it.
like
No,
it was like that kind of dancing.
I
And
don't know.
I even put a video of Lavinia, and I forgot to put the restriction figure on it. They said that hey, they gave me a award because it's just Lavinia in a posing suit, but the
Yeah.
music and how she's moving. We got here. This is from Raheem says, then she needs to go to Rumble. I told her that. I told her that. She said she don't want to go to like pages like Rumble or Patreon, but she should go ahead and create a Patreon or Rumble so that people want to see her stuff because she does have OnlyFans and some of the stuff.
She could do all over. Like she could do YouTube, Rumble, Patreon, whatever.
Yeah, Patreon would
Yeah.
make some money. And also, this is from Sexy. Sex is really not a skill set. YouTube build up takes time and patience. Yeah, and like I said,
I
it
could
took
agree.
me like at least 5 or 6 years to really get to where I'm at now. You know, and I know, but some people, I think their content is especially, but it does, it's all about what you're selling and what you're offering to people. And if some people I go sometimes on these YouTube channels, when I post something in my community section, I have guys make comments saying like, "Well, that's a dude. I I I I
I
inject
go
it.
through that same thing too.
I don't. Yeah, you don't belong here. You don't like it. Don't say it. You can put your
Yeah.
thumbs down if you like, but you don't need to say anything. But the problem is, some people just they need to voice their opinion, and your opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
Yep.
I just pay them no mind. Like I see it, but sometimes it depends. I'll delete it or just okay. I won't react to it. That's all.
Yeah, and I do love with the ladies who I make content on, like they comment on it, and this is why I enjoy giving you opportunity. Like that's why some ladies who see my comparison video say, "Hey, I like to." I mean, one lady says that you made a little mistake in some parts, but I did like how you talk about me. I still like the one when ladies told me that, "Hey, I like the fact you did that video, but you didn't over sexualize."
Oh
Just
boy.
yes, because that's
That
what
shit
makes
don't
it.
make no sense, man. Like,
Yes,
if you have naked, what kind of level
here's the
is over sexualized? Like, I
but
don't get that, yo.
here's the thing
If you
is, here's
putting
the thing.
yourself out there,
Hold,
somebody,
hold,
there's gonna
hold,
be creeps
hold, hold,
out
hold,
there.
hold. I'm gonna mute you in a second. You
You
gotta think
gonna
about
mute me? I don't even say this.
it. Calm down, calm down. Let me say this. Let me say this. Sometimes some women feel like even though they are in a position where they are sexually objectified, they don't want to be sexually objectified. They want to walk that fine line where they're looking as an art, but not as just as porn. That's how it is sometimes. They
That
want that
sound
fine.
good, but if you putting yourself out there, there's gonna be there's idiots and the world is full of idiots. I got this from this rapper. He used to say
And Kyle,
that.
I agree with you 100% because
They say
like
this go.
George, you'll pull up a girl, George, you'll pull up a girl, and you'll see all these crazy ass pictures of the girl, but then they don't want to be over sexual, whatever, blah blah blah. Well, you do it to yourself.
It don't
You do
make
it to your fucking
sense.
self. It's different because you're being paid for it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the difference.
But
I
sometimes
guess.
it's just that the fact is they're not even being trying to be sexually. They just putting content out and they like how their body looks, how it looks. But then sometimes some guys can be a little bit, as I said again,
It's always gonna be like that. It's not gonna
It's gonna
change.
be like that. If you
it's
put
gonna be
yourself out there like that, it's gonna be like that. I mean, if you're fucking in a bikini with a thong on, I mean, like I always tell people like, oh my God, you get to see all these girls, and I said when you're in my sport and you've been in this shit for so long, I become oblivious to like when I get clients and they do check-ins and they're wearing the sports bra or a sports bra and the thong. I'm like, oh my God, look at her, she's wearing the thong. Because I'm so oblivious to it because I'm around this shit all the time that doesn't do shit for me. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't do anything for me. But guys who don't get to see that shit all the time, they're like, wow. And it was a prime example. I was telling somebody of this. So Jay Cutler a long time ago did it's like MTV Cribs type of deal. They did one with me and they did one with my brother where they go in the life of a bodybuilder and day in the life of a bodybuilder. Well, his wife had bent over, and there was a tiny, tiny little piece of her lime green thong that somebody's seen, and it blew up all over. It blew up all over fucking social media, and I'm like, so I went back to look at the video. I'm like, what is everybody talking about? But that's how silly some fucking people are. when it comes to this stuff. It's crazy.
Act like little kids, like especially little, like you remember when Janet Jackson was at the Super Bowl, and Justin Timberlake. People keep getting on Janet Jackson, but it was Justin Timberlake that pulled the top. He pulled it.
Yeah,
he don't get none of the blame, but Janet gets all the blame because people didn't want to see how the man said a 40-year-old titty. It was a nice 40-year-old titty. I've seen the unedited version of it.
Hey, I was doing.
But this is one thing I post. Like Alicia Young. Just talk that she might be coming back next year. And Alicia, she takes advantage of it because she knows she has a look that's very like here. She just posted this. This is from a TikTok.
Who's this?
That's Alicia Young.
Alicia Young knows sex sells. Shit, she ain't stupid.
Yeah, she knows it. And but I think one thing, someone feel like they don't want to be talked about too sexually. They don't want how guys say, "Wow, you got a nice bit."
I ain't mad at them. I ain't mad at them, but it's like there's consequences to it.
That's the thing. Don't fucking tell me that you don't want people talking about your rack when you get a boob that big. That's human nature. That is human nature for anybody, male or female. You know how many? I was talking to a guy who I was training with the other day at the gym I train at, and I said, "There's more women who compliment Tina's ass than men that compliment Tina's ass, because she has 2 midgets in her ass. So it's more people who compliment Tina on her ass than there's more women than men, and because she wears these yoga pants. And I said, it is what it is. If you're gonna wear this shit and you're gonna and not saying that's just her working out. This is her regular everyday attire. But if you're gonna get fucking 20 like Natalia or Alicia Young with these tits, don't be afraid to understand that there's consequences to your actions. And I wouldn't even say consequences. There's going to be comments to what you did to yourself because it's just not fucking normal. When people see me, they're like, he is a big fucking man because this ain't something that you see on a normal basis. A black guy walking around at 290 pounds of muscle. So it's not normal. Not everybody gonna see that. Not everybody's gonna see Alicia or Isabel or any of these girls or Natalia with goddamn
huge titties. Yeah, he's got that. I think he's froze a bit.
Give him a second.
Yeah, give a second. We got here from Raheem. He says that I'm off MLK. Big announcement. Well, if you're off, brother, you're welcome to come on through. Also, he says Janet was not 40 at the time; she was 38 years old. Well, semantics. It's just 2 years. It's semantics. And also, this is from my man Warrior 2000. He says male viewers come in all different walks of life. Guys will always ogle women who are half naked. That's nature. A lot of times, yeah, it's unlimited. But like I said, this is how sometimes some women feel like there's a mindset like they say like, "Oh, you just looking at me for my body," but yeah, we men.
Dave Chappelle said this. I'm not a good quote on it, but he said something pertaining about how women give like these signals, like he made it like to analogy of somebody disguising as pretending to be a cop, and and another person asked the cop, hey, cop, officer, can you help me with something? I'm not an officer. I mean, look like an officer, but I'm not an officer. It's the same thing with the women when they dress a certain way. It's like he was saying it like a prostitute. Like just because I look like a prostitute, that don't mean I'm a prostitute. I never forget that joke. It always stands out.
Here's the thing. I just was seeing some pictures of Heather Hunter, the one that's coming back, and she's always with those big thighs, little half top on, little thong, and all this other stuff. I'm like, and to me, it is what it is. But to the average guy, they can be like, damn, of course they're gonna fucking say something, The outfits that these girls pick out, or Wings of Shame pick out for these girls to wear after world championships, or these photographers, is not because they're not trying to make goddamn money. So they understand. It's like saying, I'm gonna post a Playboy, but I don't want anybody saying anything about it. What? What? Then don't post for Playboy. Because at the end of the day, we all understand that sex sells. Especially when it comes to women, sex sells. They want to look at it as a art, Yeah, some of these photographers are good, but most of these things that we're seeing is like dudes are like it's to intrigue a man or woman mind to be like, damn, I want to see more of that. So let me click on the next page. Let me click on the next page. Let me click on the next page to intrigue the viewer to want to continue to see this person and to follow this person. It's just a fact. So how they get mad, it's just like I tell people all the time. I said about Tina, if you don't comment on Tina, you're gay. Because I understand she's a beautiful girl. People are gonna make their comments. They're gonna look at her pictures. I don't even go to her social media because I already know the comments and the bullshit and all this other stuff. So I don't even go on there because it's part of the business. It is a part of the business and what these girls are doing. And is it bad, good, wrong, or indifferent? No, it's just part of the business. You know, she don't have a fan page. She don't do all that shit. She does the photo shoots. These girls look sexy as shit. You can be like, wow, that's a beautiful picture. She look hot. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day, and that's what these people and these girls have to understand. Not everybody's trying to objectify you, but at the exact same time, when you're putting on this shit, you're.
All right. Right here, he just talked about the game. We got back here. He says, this is from right. He says, this is why dudes don't talk to women anymore these days. Even if you say hello to them, it's
that's
still
true.
an issue. Yeah,
I
that can be
agree.
like that
I
sometimes.
agree, Raheem.
Also, with Ward 2 says there's a cause and effect to the actions, like that. And these two are arguing. So, brothers, if you can't calm down, I'm gonna have to put you out. So I'm not gonna show you other stuff. But it's any factor
What happened? Oh,
about he probably come back anyway. It's any factor
oh,
about any sport that how there's certain things that they want to see. We want to see women in a certain light, a certain look. I mean, this is something we can
yeah.
talk about. Because I think I talked about it before, but we can get back because Raheem said he's off. Excuse me, he's off Monday. If we can talk about that as discussion for the next slide about what is considered, what's sexual, what's too sexual, where's the guidelines set when it comes to women in sex, especially in body. We talked about it before, but I think now we
Yeah.
got somebody like Raheem. He wants to get on. We can talk about it again because, like I said, we don't got a lot to talk about. We got maybe another 6-7 more weeks till the season starts, and try to find something to discuss about, But we can get into that. I don't know if Keith's coming back or not. He may not be, so I think we just go ahead and just head on out. It's already about 5 o'clock here where I'm at, and it's about to start for supper time.
Yeah.
And this
You
is
always
from
get you always have this stuff at 5.
yeah around 5 usually, maybe like 5:36. I try to
Institutions be doing that like every time.
Yes, ever since I started, eating a little healthy, a little bit, I still, even though I had
Yeah.
a had a
I
had
mean, it's
a
good. It's good because if you eat late, that it kind of I eat late too. I ain't gonna lie. Probably sometimes I eat like 8 or 9 or some or maybe 11. Depends how I
yeah,
feel.
I said I have my dinner at 5, and then I have like a snack about 7 or 8, something just to chew on because
Yeah.
sometimes you'd be bored. But here's a comment from man. Raheem says, "Tina is fire. Tina is a lovely lady. She is a lovely lady. You just tell her, But I think that'd be something we can all talk about.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it, I think talked about it before, but get back on the subject again. We feel like that is this women in bodybuilding, women just not just the women like divisions like bikini and wellness or even figure are being over sexualized, but also in divisions like women's bodybuilding and physique. And doing shirts as we call them, the beat the meat websites and photo sets. It's a way for them to make money because the fact is they provide a certain service for fans. This is from
Yeah.
Word 2000 where he had ice says it says Raheem, yes she is. Yeah, she is a lovely lady. And thank you for coming on for and talking with us. But I think whatever works for these ladies coming up for this year, we hope we get a nice new crop of women's bodybuilding for this 2024 season. If not, we might see some more 2025. Just ladies who I been in contact with, they said that they are competing. Some are saying they take a step back because they want to get more time. It's about the growing of an athlete. And sometimes some of these ladies don't want to just jump into the water just yet. They want to take the time, make the adjustments because after shows get critiqued. Some ladies who've been competing in the trenches for a long time say, you know what, now's my time. Let me jump in. And some of me want to stack their chips a little bit because they want to bring the cost of a posing suit might be a good amount. So they want to maybe sit this year out and maybe work a little bit, and stack a chip so they get ready to travel and pick the shows that fits within their criteria. And there are quite some ladies, like especially ladies out west, they say there's more bodybuilding shows for them out west. But there's the Vancouver show that's in Vancouver. That's in the west so a bit. There's the Andrea's new show in Arizona. So that's close for ladies who live like those ladies that live in Colorado and in Texas and California. That'd be a great show for them to do. But we're just gonna wait and see what's happened. Say says I don't want to discuss about that next week. Well, you don't have to. You can sit out. It's just something to think about. But like I said, Raheem, you can leave a comment in this live. Tell me what you want to discuss about. If it's something you really discuss about. But like I said, we don't have a lot of subjects because right now it's kind of to the show start up and to the season start up, it's going to be a bit quiet. So we got to find something that we can talk about. We can talk about money. We can talk
When
about
the
this, that.
when the next shows start, like on what, April?
Well, the season won't really start till about March when you have the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic.
Oh,
So
okay.
and then you have the
Oh,
amateur show, which will be the first show for the. I think some other shows may be coming around about maybe February, but usually about March. Once the Arnold starts, everything starts rolling from there.
right.
You
All
know,
right.
but we are here. It says to talk about sports and life. Okay, but like I said, we could talk about women's, because like I figure is like, we'll talk about the other stuff you want to, but we'll figure it out. But sex is part of life, ain't it? So it's unavoidable. You got to talk about it.
Yeah.
You got to talk about it. So, and like I
Yeah.
said, this is my channel.
Georgie,
I'll take it under advisement, and I'll take you on my side. So anyway, but I think my man Big Chief for coming through. Thank War 2000, Raheem coming through. Anybody, my man Kayla right here coming through. Anybody who's interested, let me know your thoughts of who you want to see compete this year. The brand new IB pros you want to see compete this year. Shout out to ladies like the lovely Miss Gina Cortez who got her pro card. Tamika Tucker who got a pro card. A couple of, also Amanda Santos. I think Amanda says she might be because they pull up. If you remember Amanda
Okay.
Santos, I'm gonna pull her
Yeah,
up real quick. I think in that interview
the
she's
Brazilian
trying.
chick. Brazilian.
Yeah, and I think a lot of guys like that interview with Amanda. I mean, she
Yeah, that was a
is.
good interview.
Yeah, she's a. We're still keeping contact. Great young lady. She told me one of her friends who wanted to see. She wanted to do an interview. Um, and I think what Amanda, she has both the look and also the advantage of youth in her packer because she's just 26. She's just
Okay.
26. And I think she can pretty good. I mean, she can probably hit the ground running. Maybe she might do pretty well in her debut. Somebody should, yeah, I think she has good stats.
David interviewed her because
You know,
he's serving some hotcakes, man. Like he just came out like last year. He's not playing. I'm like,
I
yo, this
well,
whole
like I said,
channel is like interviewing like,
he's getting some good interviews. Some women who haven't chatted before but never interviewed. You interview some women who I've talked to already,
yeah,
and also I talked to the ladies he interviewed before. I mean, he's doing pretty good. And
yeah.
I think I said, Amanda. I think I might have told him to talk to her if he's interested with her. He might have because I think she's open to it. She's really open to getting herself out there, especially
Yeah,
as a competitor.
I
Question
was
is,
thinking about it, but I don't, I'm not like you or Dave and stuff like, telling about bodybuilding, like in that the way how you guys elaborated and stuff. I'm not, that's why I kind of fell back, so
well, like I said, you just like I said, do what's good for you and what you know.
yeah,
And
Right.
also, just ask the basic questions. Nothing too fancy. If you don't know
Right.
all the terminologies and stuff like that, like we do, like I still had to learn some terminology. It took me some time because I always ask questions. But it's a learning process. He's back, so we're gonna have to say we're gonna have to. I think I heard it. Oh, I think he's out. You know, but anyway, just lost KL, lost them, and anyway, I'm just go ahead and head out. Appreciate them for coming through and giving their thoughts. Wish best of luck for these ladies coming up in 2024, and I hope we get some. It's good to have some new blood, and not even if it's not new blood, just new people in the sport. But anyway, thank y'all for coming through. Thank Raheem for coming through. Thank War 2000. Thank KL. Thank Keith, who you watch this video. Appreciate. Subscribe, comment, follow us on social media. Support these women sport of bodybuilding. Reach out to them. If you're somebody who want to look for a sponsor, a young upcoming athlete, do that. But like I said, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your week. He said he had difficulties. So yeah, I had difficulty. That's good. That's all right. Don't worry about it because I'm about to go ahead and go out and leave, head up and so we start doing a little cooking. So I appreciate y'all coming through. Thank y'all for supporting my channel. Thank you for on my live stream, MuscleTalk Mondays. We have it almost every Monday. And I wish you best of luck in 2024. And we should be always your page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I am out. Have a good week.